Hey guys, welcome back to Feed the Beast Unleashed. Last episode we left off was working on our apiaries and our bees. We managed to get some sorta up and running. I kinda still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning along the way, and I think I'm kinda starting to get the hang of it. So, with that being said, I got a little story to tell you guys. You're probably gonna notice a few things that are different around the base eventually in either this episode or later episodes. So if you guys are wondering, yeah, we're gonna have a little story time here while I make us a Mystcraft world. Now, not long ago, I actually did a little searching for some libraries in a world, and we managed to find some pages. And I'm gonna take our notebook. We got all of our pages transferred into our notebook here. And one of the pages that I'm looking at is this one, the Meadow Biome. Now this guy has a chance, from what I understand, to spawn a giant Natura Redwood tree that we've been looking for some time now. Hopefully we can find that soon. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make up just some random Mystcraft world. It's probably not going to be complete or right in any shape, way, or form, but hopefully it'll take the Meadow Biome and possibly give us a chance for getting that Natura tree. So, alright, let's grab some materials and let's have a little story, shall we? So, I was pretty much just doing some random things in this world not long ago, just, here and there, just like normal. I normally do a few things off camera while I'm trying to record a video or something. And actually, what happened was I had a crash, and that crash pretty much, it really just like messed up the world. It corrupted it. There were things so wrong with this world, and then I got to the point where I tried to fix it, and then it just wouldn't load in. So I pretty much went back to a old save that I had not long ago. And luckily enough, it wasn't too far back, but it was about as far back as I think we just finished coming back from our Mystcraft world with our stuff. And what else did we do? I think I had just finished grabbing the Maystone bricks and started setting a few parts of that up, and we just got our thermal expansion room together. So there's quite a few things that I've had to fix since then. So if you guys see anything that's different or, out of place, that's probably the reason. I spent a good 3.5 to 4 hours last night getting everything set back the way it was supposed to be. So we got our bees back out there, which is also another bad thing. Our bee villager actually is different. He doesn't have all of the bells and whistles that he had before, so that's unfortunate. Alright, so let's put an ink vial in here. Yep, that's where it goes. So ink vial goes right there. And we're going to need some paper. Let's grab some of that out. And we'll put that right there. Alright, so I want to copy this page. That way I can use it again later. So if I right-click on this, there we go. So use some ink, use a piece of paper, and we got our Meadow Biome page. Cool. Alright, I'm going to make 2 of these. And let's see, let's just try some other random. Let's try Eternal Rain on one. Just for something a bit different. Ocean, mountain, lush desert, polar ravines, river biome, setting. Let's try a river biome. So I'm just going to try some stuff. I really don't have a lot of pages to make a decent Mystcraft age yet, so we're still going to kind of be relying on luck here. Alright, we still need a link panel though. So I'm going to put the Meadow Biome there. We're going to make this one with the Eternal Rain, and we're just going to call this Meadows Test 1. Alright. Then we'll make a second one with the Meadow Biome and the River Biome, and we'll call this Meadows Test 2. Now, I could be doing this completely wrong. I just don't know. That's why we're going to be testing this out. I like to learn, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, guys, cross your fingers. Let's hope for a giant Natura Redwood tree. Now, before we go, let's actually... Darn you, inventory tweaks. Let's put this back on the shelf. I don't need that. And that. And that's pretty much everything that needs to go on the shelf. Just making sure armor, linking books, random stuff. We are good to go. Let's go. Alright, well, this doesn't look great. Well, it looks like we're in a cave world. Now, don't get me wrong, I like cave worlds, especially this one. That's weird. Why is there a, why is there a waypoint over there? Okay. I've seen stuff like that happen before, though. Like, even when I, like, delete a world and start a new one, it's like if there's, like, certain data that's the same or close to, I don't know, something like that, it pretty much will carry that waypoint over, so I'm not entirely sure on that. But I do like this cave world. This is actually kind of cool. And it's nice and bright up in here. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's just a water spout. Well, I kind of like this. Well, yeah, I kind of like this world. This is actually really nice. We got a desert. That's awesome. We got a desert. We got plains. Everything's nice and bright in here. Like I said, there's really not much jitteriness that I'm noticing. A little bit here and there, but it's not too bad. But I have a feeling that there's still stuff above us because I'm looking at our mini map. I don't know if that's actually counting. Oh, I guess that's counting under here. So, alright, well, let's see if we can't try to make our way to the surface. I don't know if we actually can. I just don't know how... Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see what this overworld has in store for us. So we're at level 129. Holy cow, guys. That's it. That's it right there. That's our nature tree. That's the one I'm looking for. Alright, so where's my... Oh, there we go. Let's actually go ahead and make a waypoint here. Is it the minus sign? Waypoint name. Hole to book. Done. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually... No, I got my power fist. I have my power fist with the leaf blower attachment. But guys, this over here, this is what I'm looking for. Whoa. Hold on a second. Tundra. Wait, what's over here then? Do they spawn in tundras too? I thought they only spawned in plains and meadows. I didn't really look at all of them, but... I guess they spawn in... Nope, meadow. Haha. There we go. So guys, this is what I've been looking for. This tree right there. Now, I'm going to have to try and get like 49 saplings. And I see there's a nice little chest over here, so I am going to take a look. What do we got in here? Music disc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Looks like we got a Thaumcraft dungeon right next to this thing too. Pick you up. And let's go ahead and pop this guy open. Alright guys, I'm sorry about that. My game crashed. I'm not sure why, but it kind of put me back a little bit, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oh, hey buddy, how you doing? Let's go ahead and see about getting in here. Alright, so we got some spawners. I am going to pick those up with my force wrench. Thank you. Whoa! Kind of decked out, aren't we? And thank you for your spawners. Appreciate it. Hey guys, what you doing down here? Huh? Cool. Alright, well let's see what's in chest number 1. A thaumium hoe. Cool. Bucket of force. Fire aspect. Bucket of force. Music disc. Portal spawners. Really? I've never seen one of those in a chest before. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw some of this stuff in this chest. And then we'll pick all of them up together in a minute. So we got a spoils bag, miniature heart. Let's go ahead and pick this chest up with that one. And we'll place both of those in this chest and pick that chest up. Alright, well, what's in spoils bag? Alright, so we get some knowledge fragments, a piece of gold, bronze pickaxe, glow flowers, claws, creosote, bottle. Cool. That'll be alright. Alright, so I want to go ahead and... Come on, get me out of here. I want to get my nature trees. So this might be a little cumbersome to do. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's a cloud. I was like, wait a minute. Has this world got tendrils on it? I'm actually kind of curious to see what those trees are. I'm not sure what they are, but they look like a type of spruce. Let's go ahead and knock one down real quick. Yeah, I think they're just spruce saplings, yep. Alright, so we're going to fly up here to the top. This giant Natura redwood tree. Might not be able to get to what I was hoping to do today, just because we found this thing. Whoa, holy cow. Yeah, so this might be a little jittery, guys. I apologize if it is, but this is one of the only ways I'm going to be able to get these saplings. Alright, we got 11 of these. And I'm just going to use my leaf blower on my power fist to collect saplings from this guy. So I'm going to do this real quick, guys. I see it's kind of, we got some lag spikes jumping up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these, and I'll meet you guys back in the overworld in just a minute. Alright, guys, we're back in the overworld. My energy level's down on my jetpack just a little bit. We're down to about 54%, as you can see. And we have about 56 redwood saplings. I used my alumite axe to actually chop down a top part of the tree a little bit, and this is how much redwood planks it gave me. I guess this is actually bark. Hold on. Burn it for charcoal, or make a hidden tree door. So that we got bark, and then we also have redwood, so the heart of the tree. Okay, so I guess there's two different types. Well, that's interesting. But as you can see here, it says plant these in a 7x7, so 7 times 7 is 49. It takes days to grow, so we're not going to see this instantaneously, and I'm pretty sure bone meal is not going to work on this. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get this down on the ground now. Alright guys, so we got that filled in. Hopefully that works. Now the problem with doing this is it might make the base a little laggy. If it does, I am going to probably tear it down. If it drops my frame rate, then I'll probably eventually have to cut it down. So as unfortunate as that is, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when we get there. Alright, well we got 7 left, which is kind of ironic because we need 7 by 7. That's just math. Sorry. I see numbers and I laugh. I can't help it, guys. Alright, so let's put that back in there. And then we have all of this redwood. So I might actually hold on to this for now, because what I'm wanting to do today is I want to extend the bridge over to that mountainside there. And then we're going to be clearing out an area in there for what we're going to be doing today. I want to get some coal coke ovens up and running, because I think I want to try my hand at getting some creosote oil and possibly seeing about using some of that for, I think we can use that for some of our forestry stuff, like impregnated sticks, I think those are. Or, hold on. What are they called? Yeah, impregnated sticks, which I can use for, I think, making frames. Yeah, see, I can make impregnated frames. We can make a proven gear, which, what is that used for? Which I will need for a lumber mill, woodworker, panel worker, a nursery. So could be useful to have some of that. And that way I don't have to use my seeds on it, but I can also use it for impregnated casings also. So I think we use these for apiaries, and looks like we're going to need some for alvearies as well. So we are going to need some honey for the scented paneling for our alvearies. Alright, but we're not going to be doing that today. We're just going to be preparing, and I think I could possibly even set our coal coke ovens up to get us another power source going for the time being, until we get some more resources up and running. So another thing that we pretty much don't have right now is all the resources that we did have, because I'm still working to get my quarry running properly. And when I mean that, it's back to, I need to get it back to where it was, and it's just not there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some bricks, and we're going to get started now. Actually, I think... Okay, good. We got plenty. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump us into a little speed build here, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright guys, we're back. We got the area cleared out. We got our bridge connected over to this room, and we're going to start making ourselves up some coal coke ovens and getting us some creosote stored up. And I got to figure out how I want to do that. I'm thinking portable tanks. I kind of like the thought of that. Oh, holy cow, these spiders are everywhere. These little jungle spiders, they've been spawning in like crazy. Alright, come on, you guys just fall off. Like, they got low health, so having them just fall off the edge there seems to be the best. Skeletons, creepers. I'm gonna have to do something about this later on. I actually have some awesome ideas for our base. This is gonna look awesome when I'm done. And that's kind of my end goal, is to get our entire base set up around here. And once we get all that done, that's pretty much my end goal. And then if we have some other stuff we can do afterwards, then cool. We'll try to do those. But that's kind of my goal for this time. Alright, so let's go ahead and put some of this stuff away, and we want to make ourselves up some coal coke ovens. So just type in coke, and how many of these do I want? So we got sand, we got bricks. Oh, we can actually use sandy bricks now. That's interesting. And to make sandy bricks, you just use sand and bricks. Go figure. Okay. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll get some bricks cooked up, we'll get some sand made, and that should be pretty easy. So let's grab some... We got flint. Alright, what's going to be the easiest way for us to make some clay? Alright, so we can do it from gravel, we can do it from sandstone. We can do it with flint. Or we can do it with sludge, but I think we could also make the clay blocks from iron. So if I grab some iron, we'll do 16 pieces and combine that with our minium stone, we'll get clay blocks. Alright, so I think a good stack of that will be fine. Can I combine that like that? Yeah, we can, good. Alright, so we're just going to empty out all of that. And let's see, we got iron furnaces. Let's go ahead and grab 2 more of those. Let's grab some coal. And we'll split that up across 4 spaces. Place our iron furnaces down, and let's get some of this clay going. Alright, well, I guess these bottom ones are probably okay. They don't need any. And I know we don't need 8. We only need 7 in an iron furnace. I know. Just have that in there for later. Eventually it'll accumulate, and we'll have plenty of coal for the next time we need it. Alright, so we got that up and running. We need sand, and another way for us to get sand is sandstone. We use our minium stone to get sand. That should be enough. What is that? 5 stacks? Yeah, that'd be fine. Which is also the reason why I pretty much get rid of the sand instead of the sandstone. I keep the sandstone from our quarry, because I can pretty much change sandstone into sand like that. So doing that way is okay in the beginning. Later on, I'll probably have a different form of getting sand, but right now, the thing's that we don't have a lot of automation up and running. Fred, you're looking kind of good. You kind of blinged out there, buddy. You got a lot of fancy clothes. All right, Fred, I know you want a hug. I understand this. It's okay. But can we do this some other time? Later, possibly, please? Go away. Ooh, Fred dropped me his shirt. Gave me his golden chest plate. We ought to make an armor stand for Fred. Let's do that while we wait for some of this stuff to cook up. All right, we'll put the rotten flesh away, because I can actually use the rotten flesh with sandstone, and I think, hold on a second. Let's actually take a look at that one more time. So if we type in flesh, I might have done it wrong. Oh, we can also use it to make leather, which is nice too. But I believe there's a brick in here, and I think it would be kind of cool to have later on. But it's right here. Blood-stained block. Pretty sure. Oh, we need smooth sandstone. Okay, so smooth sandstone and rotten flesh was going to give us a blood-stained block. So how do we get smooth sandstone? How do we do that? Isn't it like that? Smooth sandstone. Darn you and your tongue twisters game. Alright, so there you go. Blood-stained block. And we'll just make up 4 of those just to look at them real quick. Alright, and we need... We're going to need some slabs. So I think we need, what, stone slabs? I think we need stone slabs and a iron ingot. Or 2. Kind of forgotten how to make this armor stand. Alright, seriously, iron, where did you go? Wait a minute. There's an extra eye in there. Don't do that to me. Trying to mess me up. There we go, armor stand. Alright, we'll just, we'll make 2 of those up for now. Let's plop one there and one there. Let's actually get this guy on there for now. And we'll just kind of fill these guys up with armor along the way. Cool. Alright, so those guys are getting done. They're getting close. And we have our blood-stained blocks. I just want to take a look at them and see how they look. To be honest, we're not going to... I just want to see how they look, so we're probably not going to be using them right now. But just to get an idea. I kind of like the way that looks. I could see using that later on, maybe somewhere else. Possibly. Oh, whoa, guy. I thought I heard you fall, but I wasn't entirely sure. Tricky creeper is tricky. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this set up, and we're going to wait for our bricks to finish, and once they're done, we'll get our coal coke ovens made up, and hopefully we can get them set up in our new room. Alright guys, I wasn't thinking about this, and some of you guys might have been yelling at me, but I'm going to go ahead and pull all of this out. I could have had this done like a minute ago, and I didn't even think about it, except while I was sitting here going, I wonder how I could make this faster right now. Oh wait, I know! Minium stone! Duh. So if I take clay and fill up this area like that, grab some coal, set it there, get our minium stone, we can cook it up into bricks right now. Done. So, my bad. Whoops. Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this set up, shall we? Alright, so we're going to put our sand there, put our bricks there. That's going to give us coal oven... Oh, wait, no. Coke oven bricks. Why can't you just call it coal coke oven bricks? Or is it... Oh, it's just coke oven. Sorry. Alright, so we got 64 of those made up. I don't know how many that's going to be able to make. What is that? 2? Maybe 2.5? Alright, 2 should be fine for now. If anything, I'll see about making another one up later. Alright, now do I want to inset these into the wall? I kind of don't. I kind of like the thought of having them set out a little bit, so let's put them right there. We're going to start them right about there, I think. Alright, and I believe we need these 3 by 3 by 4? No, it's only 3 by 3, right? Yeah. 3 by 3 with a hole in the center, I believe. Like that. Yep, there we go. So there we go. There's our coke oven now. I want to try to put this redwood bark. Holy cow, wait a minute. That's actually got toothman on it. That aspect right there with the armor. That's awesome. I can use that with Thaumcraft, and I don't have to keep using leather. That is perfect. I am holding on to that. So apparently this doesn't go into the coke oven, so that's unfortunate. But I think we can use just this regular redwood for now. Yeah. All right, looks like it's burning, and I'm going to let that thing do its job. And I think we're going to space these about 2 blocks apart. So let me go ahead and set up another one of these. And I think I got room for one more, so we might make one more up real quick. Which I'll have to grab some more blocks for, of course. There we go. And I think we can at least get this base down. And a couple blocks. There we go. Alright, so not sure how many more we need. What was that, 12? So we need, what, like 15 or something like that? Alright, so what did we need? We needed iron. So we're going to take some iron. We're going to take about 8 pieces. We're going to use our minium stone to convert that over into clay. And then we'll use the clay to make into, well, clay and clay. Clay balls. We'll just call them clay balls then. Alright, now we need some coal. We're going to cook these guys up quickly. There we go. And we got 2 extra. That's alright. Then I believe we need bricks like that. We need sand. We need just a little bit more. And probably some more sand from our sandstone. That minium stone has helped me so many times. Alright, so there we go. 30 of them. That's probably more than what we need. And we'll be able to get another coke oven up. I keep wanting to call them coal coke ovens. I don't know why. It's probably because they make coal coke. So, yeah. Apologies, guys, if I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. Can't help it. It's habit. Hopefully I'll get out of it soon. Alright, so there we go. Another piece of redwood in there. And, now we gotta get some type of tank system set up for these guys. Not sure how I want to do that just yet. But I'm thinking about using these right here. These are portable tanks from thermal expansion, and we need hardened glass for that. The reason why I'm thinking about using those is because I could just, as the name implies, pick them up because they're portable and take them where I need them. Alright, so hardened glass, how much do we have? We have 30 of them. I believe we need that arrangement like that. We need some tin. So they're not really too hard to make up, and there is another issue with them. They don't stack, which is unfortunate, but that's alright. We can live with that. Alright, so we have 10 pieces left. I could make 2 more, but I think I'm just going to live with 2 more. That'll give each of them 2, pretty much. That'll be fine. Alright, do we have any liquid ducts? We have 8 of them. Let's go ahead and make up some more. These are hardened glass. We need some copper. And we'll just use the rest of our hardened glass up to make some more liquid ducts. There we go. Now, do we have any sticks? No. Do we have any levers? We have 3 in here. That should be more than enough to get us going and what we need. Let's go ahead and put the redwood bark away. You know, let's put those in there. Put that in there. We'll take 3 stacks to put in our Thaumcraft chest. If we had room for it. Alright, we'll put 1 stack in there. Pull out some rubber. Raw venison. Okay. I'm really considering getting me a zombie spawner up and running, because I kind of want to get some more rotten flesh. It seems like it's actually got a purpose now, so it's kind of nice to have around. I can use it to make the red stained blocks. I can use it to make leather. It just seems like it's actually got some decent uses now, so we might consider getting a zombie spawner up and going soon. Plus they drop iron ingots. I think they have a chance of dropping spoils bags for us. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me. Alright, so as far as outputting the charcoal, I think we're going to probably use this for another source of power later on, but not right now. So let's set this up in the back. We'll have that, well, I guess not. Guess we don't really need it in the center then. How do I want to set this up? Dang, look at all the creepers out there. Maybe we should find an area to set up the tanks. Maybe we should just set them up on this wall. Like that. Later on we'll set up more, possibly. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we actually need to go to the top of the tanks to actually input. I don't know if we can do it from the top or the bottom, but I believe we need it from one of the two. So I'm going to do it from there. And then we're going to run this liquid duct across the top of the roof here. Actually, wouldn't it be kind of cooler if we actually inset this into the ceiling? Probably inset this into the wall, one block. We want that to go right about there. Gotta keep an eye on those creepers. They're gonna pay me a visit, I can feel it. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clear this out to right about there. Alright, now if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to still export this creosote out from the top of these coke ovens here. See what I'm doing? I'm trying to get out of that bad habit of calling them coal coke ovens. Doing my best, guys. I know a lot of you guys are probably yelling at me for that. I can't help it. But I'm trying to work on it. Alright, hopefully we got enough. I think we do. Cool. Alright, I like the way that's looking so far. Alright, now I'm not sure if we need to set those to output or not, but I am going to put a lever there. Good. Alright, that is exporting. And now for there. There we go. So now we have creosote coming out of our coke ovens. And looks like they're not doing too bad, and they're making their way into our portable tanks here. Cool. That'll work. I like the way this is looking so far. Alright, now the plan is to hopefully get us a nice tree farm up and running at some point. Now, I'm not sure what kind of tree farm I'm going to use just yet, but we'll have the wood come to our coke ovens here to make us charcoal and creosote. I just figured it'd be nice to have a little area for coke ovens and stuff, such like that. Maybe later on we'll see about making some rails up and have a use for the creosote. So maybe a little system to get around the base a little bit faster. Alright, let me take care of you guys. I don't need you guys floating around the base all crazy like. Alright, now, seeing as how we was on the topic of minium stone, let me grab a couple saplings. Let's see if we got some more in here. We got rubber tree saplings, we got the spruce saplings. Now, I was informed I could use spruce and I think jungle for tree breeding. I'm not 100% sure, but thank you guys so much for reminding me about the minium stone with the saplings. I I tend to forget some of these smaller things at times. So you guys are awesome for, you know, pretty much proofreading my work. I thank you guys. Alright, so we're going to pick up a few more saplings. Let's half those up, and we're going to convert those into more birch. I want to go down the birch and oak sapling breeding area, I guess. Not really too sure what you'd call that. Hey, skeletons, what are you guys doing in here? And where do you think you're going, buddy? That's my villager in there. Alright, so like I stated earlier, when our world pretty much got reset and everything, I had to redo everything, so things are going to look a little bit different. Get out of here, creeper. And our villager pretty much is different than what he used to be. He doesn't have the same items. Except for the first one. The first one's the same because we already knew what that one was. The first one is an emerald with a proven frame. We knew that one. Now, the rest of them got reset. So the second one is a princess for an emerald, which, if you guys were wondering what the third trade was on the last video, it was this. I'm sorry I didn't look at it. I apologize. But this was the third trade. And so we can pretty much give him any type of princess, and it'll give us an emerald. And the third trade is wheat for a mellow comb, which I believe gives us quartz. I don't know if we can check there. I guess not. And then our last trade here is a emerald with, or 12 emeralds with a princess is going to give us a monastic drone. Okay. Don't know what I need that for, but roger that. Pick up the rotten flesh, and let's see how we're doing here. So I got some bees up and running, and we got some common drones. Cool. Cultivated princess. Nice. We got a common princess. Awesome. And we got some drones in this one. So let me pull this out. Alright, so I guess we lost the chunk on this one, so we lost the princess. It was a little too full, I guess. Alright, so combs. Let me take the honeycombs. Just want to pull these guys out so that way I know I need to put those in a centrifuge later on. Alright, cool. Well, we have some drones now. I don't really know which I'm looking for afterwards, but I think we could pretty much look in any eye, if I'm not mistaken. That villager's going to get on my nerves. Let me check here. Hold on. So if we type in princess, I want a... Hold on. Let me check this little thing I wrote down. It'd probably be easier than searching through any eye here, so... Yeah, I needed a cultivated, common, and that's where I pretty much want to go. Yeah, I want to go with a noble. So this is what we're going to be aiming for eventually. We have a common princess made already. And now I just need to get me a cultivated drone. And I'll think about trying to do that soon. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now, but I really wanted to just get these saplings out here, get them growing. So let's go ahead and set these up. Now later on I'll come through to make sure that they're not overlapping the top of the apiaries. And I'm pretty sure I can actually set some of these up on the outside out here. I think they got a pretty decent reach. So, yeah, I think that'll be fine there. And we'll put one, like, right here. Cool. And why not? Let's go ahead and put some more out here. More trees. Cool. Awesome. Alright, now, pretty sure we're not going to be able to get to the power source thing that I wanted to today, so we'll save that for later. And it's just, you know, basic power source until we get more materials in for our nuclear power. So, yeah, I think things are looking pretty good. We got a redwood tree today. Well, we got the saplings today. And we got our coke ovens. I caught myself again. I'm going to try and keep doing that, guys. I'm sorry about that. And I know it irks some of you guys sometimes. And we got these guys up and running, and hopefully soon we'll get us a nice little tree farm running so that way we can send wood here to make it a charcoal, and we can also use it to make creosote. So that's the plan so far, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would rate the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.